Oh man. Gotta be honest, this is really weird. Hello, hello, hello. You guys can hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Oh man, this is really weird, guys, I gotta say. Been almost a freaking decade. Hold on, I'm making one adjustment. I was trying to hide very poorly that I was back, so I'm like updating everything at once. Gotta add the spreadsheet to the spreadsheet. The infamous spreadsheet that I still get emails about, because obviously I can't go back in time and change all of my videos to say that spreadsheet's public. But it's there now. Sorry, I'm not looking at you guys quite yet. Alright, so that's that. I can change it so no one can go messing with it. Alright, we go for my checklist here. Third green, made everything public. Published channel changes. Updated spreadsheet. Okay. I think we're good then. Alright, I'm here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Abel, Hydra's Fang, Guts, Rabin, Fetter, something, PMass, Ethan, Emily, Luxv, Tyler. I already said your name, Abel. Rabid, Fox, Ruth, Richely, Ryan, Bobby, Case, Emily again. Now we're just getting into it. Vicky, I missed your names. Legacy, Silent, Skull Touch Face, Pop Pop, Indeed. Oh man, Sebastian, Turtle, Octavius. Hello. So yeah, 3 episodes are live. I've been holding that in for like 2 months. After getting the voice of the Crowfather himself to do my silly little announcement trailer. Thanks, Diamond, I appreciate that. Hi, Killa. Baltimore. Cool, man. Yeah, me too. I'm excited to get this all going again. Only 1 and 3 out for you. Thanks, Silent. Let me double check that. Oh yeah, I mistyped the... Oh, I changed to AM. Then we'll just make it public. Alright, 2s should be up. Alright, 2's up. Oof. Alright, that should be everything. Thanks, Volpix, guys. You'll be here too. Thanks, Octavius. I appreciate that. War is pretty badass, Guts. Thanks, PMass. Good to be back. Whew, alright. So I was my idea for this stream was just to pretty much just hang out and chill for an hour, maybe a little more, we'll see. And just, you know, be like, hello, I'm back, and do the ridiculous thing of playing this game on nightmare mode, because that is just, in my opinion, very dumb. The game's just not ready for that. But not optimized enough, not fair enough, not soulsy enough, as it were. So, but we'll watch hilarity, see how many times I die, which I'm sure will be on Envy at least once. When I practice, I died in Envy. So. Yeah, Hanley, I wasn't sure there for a while if I was going to come back or not, but obviously here I am. There's a lot of messages going by, so I missed your message. I apologize. Where does 3... Richard asked, where does 3 rank in the series? That's a good question. It's a fair question. I think the answer is if you like Soulsborne sorts of games, which I do enjoy, but they're not like my bread and butter favorite kinds of games. It's very enjoyable. I think the story's a little lackluster overall, which is unfortunate, but Fury is awesome. You know, Fury's great. He's definitely, you know, feels right at home with the Four Horsemen. So I appreciate. I mean, but all the games aren't perfect. So anyway, I think it's right up there. I'd say it's below. You know, it goes 2, 1, 3 in my book. I think that's the final. Do I think I'll do Genesis? I don't know. I'm not going to commit to that because it's been a long, you know, because this is quite a bit of work just doing this game. And I did play Genesis a little bit, so I do enjoy it a lot. So there's definitely a possibility, but I'm not going to commit to that and put myself in another Darksiders 3 situation. So we'll see. So felt disturbance in the Force and woke at 4:57 a.m. Oh man, I hope I didn't disturb the Force too badly. Is it gonna be a DS4 with Strife? I don't know. I hope so, but I don't really want to see Gunfire make a third-person shooter. You know, I haven't played Remnant or anything, but I think it's probably, you know, it seems like Strife is like optimal for a third-person shooter, but I don't want to see them make it. I don't know. You know, they're a smaller team and they pull this off barely, in my opinion. So I don't know. Life has been good. Doge has been good. It's life has been real good. Thanks for asking. Thanks, Adam. It's good to be back. Yeah, well, just DS4 is Genesis, which is more like a prequel, so I don't get that as DS4, in my opinion. Yeah, so DS3 is pretty fun once you get down the core gameplay loop, and disappointing when I played the first, but I decided 100% much better. I agree. I do enjoy it quite a bit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay that. Obviously, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be making this at all. So it definitely got a lot better after I got updated as well. 1.5 and Armageddon mode and all that. So will the Darksiders 3 100% be your last 100% video? I don't know. Like, again, if I do one, the next one will be Genesis, but I'm not committing to anything. We'll just see how this goes, how much time it takes, how long it takes, etc. If they're like, you know, if there is a Darksiders 4 that comes out before I finish this or like before I start Genesis, I'll probably go right into 4 if I like 4, obviously, but we'll see. But I might kind of play it similarly where I wait because games these days, they don't come out complete, you know. And there's been some issues with Darksiders 2, Definitive Edition and all that. Like some of the DLC stuff is like integrated into the game now that the guides don't cover. But kind of like having like kind of the ultimate perfect guide. So there's kind of a benefit of waiting even this long for this, although I could have waited, you know, done 2019, 2020, you don't have to wait till now, but Salt and Sanctuary. Yeah, I enjoyed Salt and Sanctuary. I agree. It's not about the size of the team that matters. I mean, there's a lot of things going to give. Game dev is hard, man. I'm not going to say that it's easy. All right, so I'm sorry if I missed your message. I'm going to try to keep an eye on chat. This is new to me. I haven't done I did like 2 live streams on Twitch. I haven't done any of this at all, you know, for a long time, so I apologize. So right now I'm just gonna embarrass myself in front of the internet and probably die many times. I'm gonna turn off vibrations so I don't destroy your earbuds, eardrums. Oh no, I want hold. I don't like. No, I want toggle. What am I talking about? Toggle is best. Don't need to worry about quick weapon swap. Okay. So yeah, so obviously, if I'm assuming many of you played the game are not worried about spoilers. If you are, please, you know, just go start playing the game or watching the videos. You know, you're welcome. Thanks for being here, but go to the videos. This is definitely like, you know, the game's been out for a while, so I'm just going to hang out and do this with you guys. So we're doing Reckoning Classic, because Classic is the only way, and Enable Nightmare Mode, which I even said in the videos I'll never do, but I'm doing it now because that makes fun live content. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, so let's see how many times I die to Envy. How many times it tries to get me past Envy. We'll see. All right. Yeah, I hope Strife gets his own game too, Zodiac. I mean, he's voiced by Phil Lamar in this one, and then another actor in Genesis. I like Phil Lamar a lot, but I think the Genesis actor did a better job, although we didn't really get a chance for Lamar to shine in this one. So I don't know how that'll go overall, but I want to... I'm playing on PS4, by the way, because I still haven't gotten a PS5. Oh boy, I could just on backlog. It's got my backlog too because I played a little bit just to see how it was, and I enjoyed it. I think Airship Syndicate did a great job, but I kind of didn't want to get too into it in case I did this because I didn't want to put this out there like I already knew a whole bunch about Genesis. You know, because if I'd done it closer before Genesis launched, it wouldn't have had that lore knowledge. If that makes sense. Do that with gusto. Thanks, Red. Yeah, I'll do my best. Bryce leaves my walkthrough for DS2. I gotta be honest. I've listened back to some of that, and I cringe so hard. I really cringe. Like, you know, I had a lot of fun, and I'm glad that people are still using it. And I even went through the Darksiders Discord the other day, and like people are still linking it, saying I did. You know, so I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. But man, like, I do not blame anyone for saying the commentary can be cringe. Although, you know. Skull touch face, pop pop. I'm never gonna apologize for those. Those are all mean. Those are all mean. Yeah, Death is not voiced by Michael Wincott. That is true. But he's only has like what 2 lines when Fury has like the vision from Lust. So it I understand not wanting to like get him just for that. Especially I'd rather the budget go somewhere else. If he goes like a bigger part in 4 or like there's a 5 where all the horsemen are together, that's when we need Michael Wincott back. Oh, all right. So yeah, Philmar's also Vulgrim. He's Strife in this game. He's I think he plays one of the Sins. He's one of those OGs. He's really good. There's no doubt. But he just never got a chance to really stretch his legs with Strife. Thanks, Millennium. It's good to be back. I love this series a lot too, John. It's really got a special place in my heart, not just because of the videos, but I just love the story, I love the world, I love the characters. Out of all the Darksiders games, Silent favorite to least favorite. Okay, I think it's 2, 1, 3, and then I don't have played enough Genesis to put it on that list. So 2, 1, 3, but 3's not, might be last, but definitely not least. Oceanator, God finished the game 6 or 7 times, completed the achievements and DLCs as well. Watching it with you. Oh, thanks, Oceanator. I appreciate that. Skull touch face, skull punch face. Yeah, thanks, Posh. I think it's definitely if there's a meme or a catchphrase on this channel, it's skull touch face for darn sure. That's right, Ethan. 2, 1, and 3.
I'm on a mission.
Impossible. We don't get his signature. Impossible. That rings a bell, but is that about me or is that about the game, Zodiac? Only rewatched entire DCU plays for 12th time today. Definitely was coming. Oh, thanks, Only. I appreciate that. Hopefully, I'm not that out of practice. It's been almost 10 years. This is no place for a horse. Yeah, I mean, I get they decided to reduce the scope. And arguably DS2 was a little too widespread. Like to make areas for the horse, but it's definitely a horseman game without a horse, which is a little unfortunate.
Oh, I don't want to. Humanity is tragically overrated. I am not here for them.
Impossible. Oh, impossible. Yeah, whenever you can't pick up a potion. That's right, Holly. Impossible. Hermes. Oh, yeah. No, Phil Lamar is a classic. He did carry Jack and Daxter, too. Hi, Lady Rolls. Good to see you. Bye, Vegan. Thanks for joining. Pop, Silent. Yeah, I agree that's... okay, let's not. I'm so focused on chat, I didn't even realize I died. Yep, there we go. All right, let's change it. Let's change it. Change the text. Where are we at? How do we do this? I almost got away with it because it starts 1. All right. That was quick. I almost got saved because of the Death was Rush would pop up and then I died. Pop is definitely another one. Thanks, lady. It's good to be back. Then you make DS4 like DS2. The loot was just so good. Yeah, I like the looting system a lot. It's a little, I think they could have expanded on that. Like, you saw, it was good and it was fun, and then it kind of like, okay, I can see this still working. I want to do more of this, and then if they just, backtracked with this for sure on the RPG elements. Although it doesn't get surprisingly deep with some of the builds with the enhancements and all that. I was actually I didn't realize that till a little bit later in, and I was definitely pleasantly surprised by that. Skull Bash face, that's right, Skull Bash face.
Dreams more thrilling.
Yeah, that's right. The DSO focusing on offline map or online channel. Yeah, actually, no, Rabin. Like one thing that reminded me a lot of was Kingdoms of Amalur, whatever that was. The one that used to was almost by Kurt Schilling or whatever, and that went bankrupt. And it was designed to be an MMORPG, but then they went single player, and they didn't quite have time or didn't completely redirect how the worlds were designed. So it just a lot of it felt really empty. And I agree. Kind of have that feeling like maybe there was bigger plans, or they were just oh, we have a horse, so we gotta make stuff big. And yeah, I'm not sure. In retrospect, the world seemed too big, and not in the way of just too spread out. That's the one I'm looking for. Too spread out. That's right. The wait is finally over. I'm sorry to keep you guys all waiting for so long. Thanks, Scorelord. It is good to be back. 9 last time, now you're 19. Dang. Well, I hope you weren't 9. Hope you weren't 9 listening to some of those terrible commentary. Oh, man. I don't want to be single-handedly, responsible for your corruption of the English language. Holy shoot. Don't worry, I'm not averse to swearing or anything, but man, some of my I was deep in it. I was in college and I was deep in that. I definitely took an education. Oh gosh. I'm just people are people. I definitely never marked it like it was for kids or something. It's an M-rated game. I don't feel that bad. If I was doing it on an E-rated game and people were looking for the guide or something, that's where I would be a little more cognizant. But since it's M, it's just what? Kids will be kids, adults are adults, All right, when will the Darksiders 2 videos be released daily, weekly, or what? That's a good question. I honestly, I want to be honest with you guys. I don't have a set schedule until, I kind of got a good feeling of how long episodes take with, I got the healing shard there, yeah. I had a pretty good feeling how long episodes take when I was making these first 3 episodes that are now live. And it takes a while. It takes a while, but a lot of it was kind of theory crafting and figure out what route I wanted to take and stuff like that. So it should speed up a little bit. I say at minimum, and again, I don't want to make any guarantees here. Minimum, it's two a month is kind of what I'm looking at. But as you saw, the episodes are pretty long, about an hour. You cover the game fairly quickly at that rate. But if I can do more, I will. And also, my real life commitments. Hydra, I think you can only get souls for in the environment once you have the enhancement for that. If you don't get any souls. All right, okay, I'm gonna look away for a second from chat so I don't die a second time. All right, so at least we got this far at least. When was the last time I played Darksiders 2? I did go through Definitive a little bit. I don't remember if I got a free upgrade. I got it on sale on Steam or something. And I played it. I wanted to see what the differences were, and I didn't play it enough to even realize that some of the DLC became integrated into the game in secret chests. So, I played it enough to know that the guides overall would work, but not enough to double check, make sure everything was exactly the same. You know what I mean? Yeah, see, the release when I release patience. You guys have waited this long, twice a month or more or less. We'll see. Hopefully that's good enough. The best commentary I listen to. Thanks, Scorelord. But you're, I wonder how much of that is nostalgia because, and yes, I am being, self-deprecating here. Nostalgia because you were in your formative years. How come I was gone for so long, Sapphire? Just real life, I'm not a big sharer and not a god gamer because I can't talk and play Reckoning Permadeath at the same time. We got to update the counter. And 2. Let's try this again. New game, Reckoning, Classic, Nightmare. How long, yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna go in a lot of details, you know, just my personal life, but you know, real life, you know what I mean? And just wasn't the right thing for me to be spending time on at the time. Thanks, Eviscerator, the ultimate. It's good to be here. Thanks for being here. No worries, Silent. The father of Darksiders returned with the milk. Oh man. Do you really want to say I'm returning with the milk with my username being Kuddlesnot? That's a little too close. Comfort there.
Please,
Yeah, no, there's no incentive for writing Nightmare. I'm doing it purely for, you know, shits and giggles here on the stream. That's it. Because there's no way I would do this. I would subject myself to this in real life with this game. You know, I get hardcore mode in other games, you know, like the appeal of that. This game does not have that appeal to me. I just think it'd be a lot of fun to do it on stream and see how long it takes me to get past envy at this point. Oh, it's the Hydra. I think it's like all the Marauder enhancement or something like that. I think is that the one you get from Vulgrim? I might be mixing it up with the Health Regen one. Arg, Rabin, arg. I just remember you being kind and funny, making 100% unforgettable experience, never changed. Thanks, Squirrel. I really appreciate that, man. Is it like, yeah, no, I mean, no, I'll say no, I didn't. And that's, luckily I can work remotely with my work, so I have somehow avoided it even to this point, which seems to be in the minority of people now. So thankfully that's not something that I had to deal with in the pandemic. The walkthrough difficulty is on Apocalyptic, just because that's the top one you need for the achievement, the difficulty achievements. There isn't one for Reckoning. And, you know, because I'm playing the game so many times, you know, could I do Reckoning? Sure. But I feel like the videos would benefit not from me dying as much as I probably would on Reckoning. So that's why it's Apocalyptic. All right. So I won't make a poll because, you know, that's too, I just figured out how to do that today. But, you know, bets on how long, how many more attempts it takes me to get past NV. And yes, I'll still be looking at chat. I'm not going to ignore chat just to despite the poll. And every single time I do this, I'm going to get all of the things here, just because I want to. No, only Rash Shard and the Healing Shard, the only two things that are here. Well, I can't remember off the top of my head either, Hydra. We'll get there, though. I haven't 100% memorized the game from heart yet. Not that I ever did that with Darksiders. I've played it 1 or 2 now. It would probably... wouldn't be like the first time, but there would be a whole lot of stuff that I missed.
Vermin?
Humans, mistress.
Adorable. Build a house of sticks.
Oh, don't do that. That's 3 hours of content. No. Just it'll still be there. That's why they're videos. Not the live stream. Man, you know, I'm very disappointed with the lack of Skull Touch faces and Skull Punch faces that are available in this game. I feel like I came up with a good compromise, but it definitely hurt my soul a little bit. I'm good. Rash Lamb. I probably completely butchered whatever name you're going for there, but I'm good. Thanks for being here, man. I'm doing good. I agree. I think that's part of that. I mean, I'll be. Yeah, of course that's part of it. I don't want to feel like, man, I don't want to record today, or be halfway through recording and just be kind of brick walled by something to, because, you know, half the reason of the guide is not to show that I'm a god gamer. It's to get everything, you know. So, and that includes the achievements. So that's why we're on Apocalyptic. Next is where got it. Oh, thanks, man. The god of Darksiders. I don't know about that. I maybe at one point I'll there was definitely a point. I think I had a stream for like on Twitch once was like the most knowledgeable Darksiders player, and I think that was definitely true at one point. But now with Discord and some of the things I found on GameFAQs, especially this game, man, there's some other gods out there. If I'm one, I'm a demigod probably at best. Maybe with the whole series, I'll take god status. But Darksiders 3 demigod. All right. Oh yeah, I don't have any, so let's pull that out. Lies storm. Thanks. That's very kind of you to say. Yeah, I've recorded 3. I've planned out more than that, but I just got these 3 recorded and wanted to get them out. I didn't want to create a huge backlog just to release it, like at a regular interval. That's not the important thing. I just want to get it out there, which is why I had no problem just dropping 3 all at once. There we go. We'll go over here. Oh, I think we gotten this far before, but with this health and no potions, I think we might not get much farther. Kane, Highwind, Vacation to Jamaica. That sounds nice. Yeah, it's good to be back. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Things old school. Yeah, I mean, well, I know it's the Charred Council. I'd even make it to platforming. Is the Charred Council? They're old ones. See, like I'm down in my lore. Charred Council. Charred Council. Are they all gods? Would I be, or the I'll be part of the Darksiders Charred Council. Do it that way. Oh, watch what I can do. That subtitle's not supposed to still be there. Whisper doing a line. Yeah, well, here I am. I try to give you guys a little bit of a lead in with will I be back, but then like make this whole big deal about it. So obviously, I wouldn't do that just to say no. That would be pretty funny, though, I gotta say. No, just no. King thing. I'll take King. I won't take God, but I'll take King. Thanks for being here. Hey there, Master Schmidt. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Livian. It's good to be here. Thanks for being here. Pop, a little Prince of Persia popping. Yep, that's absolutely right, because I thought Prince of Persia, because it was the same sort of like parkour movement, third-person movement that Prince of Persia was doing at the time with the cel-shaded version, and pop, and then community. So, oh my god. Edwick. Thank you, oh my goodness. Jeez Louise. Okay, well, thanks, Fedwick. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm not gonna, not say thank you. Wow, not expected at all. Wow, sorry. Thank you. Thanks for being here, Fedwick. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that. It's very generous of you. Not the god of multitasking. No, I am not the god of multitasking. That is for sure. It's funny because my wife would say the opposite, because I multitask all the time, because a lot of my work is very menial. So I say menial, I mean like it's technical but monotonous. So I can like play old school RuneScape at the same time and just be AFKing and stuff like that and working at full capacity. So she would say I'm the god of multitasking. How to get your server in Discord? Hey, Ethan, I've decided not to. I think I mentioned it once, like 4 years ago, when I was saying I was going to come back. I don't think I'm going to have a Discord. It's just something I don't want to add to my workload with this. I think I'm just going to focus mostly on the YouTube. I'm not even really going to use the Twitter at all. Just stay at YouTube. If there's a Discord to join, I'd say the Darksiders Discord is very good. It's very active, well moderated, and I think it's a great group of people over there. Alright, so how about we don't die while I try to look at chat. I'm the one old god. Thanks, Nex. You're the 100% walkthroughs, new king of the genre. Thanks, Barek. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing them, and I get a lot of satisfaction from really putting out these really comprehensive, well put together videos. So you know, it's not just like running through and like hoping I get everything. And you know, that was a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of work. And I did try another game with Tomb Raider, and it just it wasn't like, it might be the wrong game if I really kept at it, but I couldn't commit the time to do it and make it like, you know, sort of a full-time job. So that just wasn't in the cards. Zodiac. Oh, thanks, Zodiac. That's really kind of you. Thank you. You're generous. Made your Friday. I'm an old god. Thanks, Nexus. I'm glad I made your Friday. Thank you much for being here. Thanks for letting me know.
A haven for what?
It's okay, Fedwick. No worries. Enjoy the episodes. Thank you for your generosity.
Build a house of sticks during the end of the world.
Miss Violent, Skull Touch Face. Yeah, only if there was Skull Touch Faces, you know? No. I won't ruin what I do decide to do. You guys can enjoy that in the episode, but we don't quite have any chests or anything to Skull Touch Face or Skull Punch Face, so unfortunately it just ain't here. That's my one thing I'll ask for Darksiders 4. I think there's even some in Genesis, so one thing I'll ask for Darksiders 4 is make sure we have a Skull Touch something. We need it. Skull Shoot Face probably with Strife. We'll see. My voice has gotten deeper. Yeah, definitely 10 years changes things, for sure. I remember a comment saying like I changed between Darksiders 1 and 2. I think that was more about the microphone if anything, but yeah, so that's something I can clarify here. I'm gonna keep Twitter as like a backup communication, because if YouTube ever like disappears, I still want to be able to communicate with everybody. But I think I'm going to stream mostly here on YouTube. If I stream, it's not going to be regular. And I'll maintain the Twitch just to hold the spot and the username, but I don't think I'm going to be doing much streaming on Twitch. I think I'm going to stick here with YouTube just because that's where the whole community is, and I just need to add another thing to manage with, you know, where the time I want to spend making the content and interacting and engaging with all of you. Not, you know, managing all these different channels. And it's same thing with Discord. Thanks, Turtles. Good. It's good to be back. Thank you for being here. See you later. Thanks for being here. Bro, he's like 30. I don't think there'll be any more Skull Touch Face. I mean, yeah, you're not completely off there, but I wish there was Skull Touch Face. I would Skull Touch Face the crap out of this game if it was there. Oh, we gotta update the counter. We still haven't gotten past Envy, if anyone's curious. We're at 4 deaths and still have not gone past Envy. But if you guys have any other ideas for streams, let me know. But because I don't want to ruin the videos, and I want to kind of keep the videos a separate thing. You know, other things with Darksiders seem like a fun challenge run thing that I can just embarrass myself with. Thanks, Brian. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. I guess you will, Miss Violence. I guess you will. You'll have to do it now. Sorry. You guys do the lore, Darksiders, true players of this game. Thanks, Nexus. Yeah. I feel very connected to this game, not just through the community, but it really, you know, came at me in an important time in my life, and I really like the story and the gameplay of like the first Darksiders where I fell in love with it. So that means a lot for you to say. Thanks, Emily. That's very kind. I'm very happy to be back. Thanks for being here. I'm also excited for Darksiders 3. Don't understand. Thanks, Ethan. I hope you're not underestimating me. Well, I mean, I don't know how much you can underestimate me more, other than he won't ever make it past Envy. I'll make a pledge right now before the end of the stream. I will get past Envy, but that's as much as I can commit to. Hi, Heavenly King. Thanks for being here. Oh, thanks, Emily. Thank you. It was very kind and generous of you. I am also excited for what's to come. All right, let's go back. Who did I miss? It's gonna be Darksiders 4, Fedwick. I hope so, but you know, apparently THQ Nordic has something going on. They have like their product showcase or whatever, I guess in August or September, something like that. And Darksiders hit their marks that they said they were going to, you know, to say there's going to be a sequel. But that could also have been Genesis. I don't know Genesis if they consider Genesis the sequel that was required after hitting their sales marks on 3. So I don't know what happened with 4.
I just know it.
Hey, Nuker, yep, I'm actually back.
That one's a
That's developers, I'm trying to meme here, and you're making it hard. That's right. I have nothing to skull, touch, punch, face, nothing to something face. Oh. I wish. After they do a 1.6 update, it's just to put in, like, you know, something I can skull, touch, face. Oh, that would be, like, the biggest honor I could imagine. Actually, should bring back some of the RPG elements Darksiders 2 had. I agree, Zodiac. I think they were on the cusp of something really kind of great, and they showed all the foundations, and it was really engaging and fun. And then I understand why they scaled back, you know, because again, a smaller team and smaller scope of the game. But I do kind of miss that. But I said it before. I said it again. I think there is quite a bit of depth to the kind of loadout customization with all the enhancements and stuff. Because when they have the DLC weapons, all of a sudden you can have 4 more enhancements with their passives, and then like switch between them with the quick swap and all that. I was actually surprised how customizable on some of the builds were. Oh, dead developers, dear developers, yeah, that's
A
fine.
haven for what? Vermin?
I agree. I mean, but so like I agree, Hydra, but like they already renamed things, right? Because like Redemption was the gun in 2 from Strife, and now Redemption here is the crossblade, you know, boomerang thing. So, you know, I'm not sure that's an inconsistency issue or like it's about its role makes it Redemption. It can take different forms. That's something I haven't looked into, but. Hey, Nick says, I'm not sure about Genesis. I'm still considering it, but I have not decided yet. And see how 3 goes, how much time 3 takes, you know, and we'll see. I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no. The only thing I'm committing to right now is finishing Darksiders 3. That's actually a really good question. Something I thought about Genesis is that it'd be a really fun way to engage with the community, so with its multiplayer stuff. So I think probably for like the secrets and the episodes, it might be single, but then there might be special multiplayer episodes, or that's something that would be really fun to do on stream with people, is play with people on stream or something like that. That could be really good. Thanks, Gaines. Good to be back. Thanks for being here. Does this Darksiders have a skill tree? No, it does not have a skill tree. This Darksiders does not have a skill tree. Skull pop face, maybe. Skull pop face. You guys have to let me know what you think. I came up with something, but you'll have to watch the episode to find out. It kind of landed in my lap. You know, sometimes it feels like the best things just kind of write themselves. So, oh, I popped that just in time. Okay, let's get that. Okay. Oh. And I gotta say, this playing Reckoning Permadeath and chatting thing is a lot harder than it might look. Spending more time looking at chat than I am the game. Yes, Genesis was from Airship Syndicate. I don't know. Is actually, I guess I haven't looked into that at all. Is Joe Mad part of Syndicate? Is that why they got Genesis? I would be Gunfire or Syndicate. I think could do Genesis. Sorry, do 4. I'm not sure. I just want to. Oh, how did I not die there? Let's see. I feel it would be a shame also they went 4. At least we got something with Strife with Genesis, so we got a little bit of that world and that character with him, and it shows just like how, from the very beginning, how like I think well fleshed out the 4 horsemen were. I don't even need 4 and then a 5. If 4, because we got like the quote-unquote Strife game. Okay. I don't know, are we gonna make this? Okay, use the Wrath to finish it. we got the Strife game with Genesis, right? So if 4 is the all 4 of the horsemen together, like swapping between them, kind of like Genesis, but like in this action RPG adventure sort of style, I think that would be awesome. I want to see what happens after the end of 4, after War Destroys Destroy and all the horsemen are coming back. You know, like there's always 4. I want to see that moment on. That's what I want to see in Darksiders 4. Yes, and Phyllis, this is really live, although probably delayed because I'm way behind on the chat.
I did.
Breck, I'm not going to leave without finishing Darksiders 3, and if I do, I'll make sure it's very clear. But I just don't want to commit to anything. And although it's a lot of fun, so for something I really like doing, I certainly hope I don't go anywhere.
This talisman.
I'm really back, and Philicus, thanks for being here.
Used it to hold energies from the rest of the 7.
Thanks,
It will
Sam.
make a fitting prison for the others once their physical forms.
Oh, are you serious? That's awesome. Well, just be careful with that, with some of that commentary on 2. 10, 13-year-old. Oh man. Well, might be too late now, but
One of the 7 is
I'm really glad they enjoyed it, and I'm hope they enjoy these as well. Game doesn't matter. I hear you, Burek. I hear you. Even after Darksiders, even if I just stream, you know, when I can or something, that might be fun too. We'll see. I'm just not committing because I don't want to end in a situation where, hey, I do this whole announcement video, I'm back, and then I don't show up with anything. I don't want to do that again. I'm just trying to avoid that situation again. Not sure about Genesis Nexus. Yeah. Okay, so Martin, so there's Classic, and I'm going to actually, hold on, now that Envy's dead, let's actually, you know what, because we have to get to that whole long talking thing, so I'll use that to catch up. So they originally launched with only one combat mode, default, and then they switched to, because people complained, Darksiders fans complained, and they're like, this is too much like Souls, and I don't know if like Darksiders, and they released a Classic, which kind of removes some of those arbitrary, like, you know, you have cooldowns of when you can use things, and when you attack, there's these windows where you can't do anything else, and et cetera, which is normal for the Born and Souls games, but isn't normal for Darksiders. So, and I just personally don't think the game is polished enough or combat's fair enough to justify that difficulty. It's not like Souls where it's really fair and you have a chance to, you know, when you die, it feels like your fault most of the time. With Darksiders, that doesn't feel like that way, which is also why permadeath is ridiculous to me. But yeah, we're playing on Classic because as a Darksiders person, I definitely prefer Classic. Enjoy the episode, Silent. Let me know what you think. Sorry, Vittoria, I don't speak Spanish or Portuguese. The Horseman can do amazing banter in multiplayer. Yeah, for sure. I think that it would be a lot of fun. There are shinies, though. There are shinies, Kane. That is very true. Chat talk more distracting was to kill Envy. I killed Envy. Sorry, chat. I killed Envy.
Selfish bids for power. No hubris, believe
Oh, Airship is Joe's company. I had no idea. That's let's go back to Joe. Maybe a Gunfire Airship collab on Darksiders 4. I'm so down for that. Quality Darksiders 3. I talked about a few times. Death. I'm sure it'll come up again, but I'm just trying to catch up with chat right now. Thanks, Amphilicus. I appreciate that. Not quite silent. There's there's things that allow you to move around and like traverse and get through certain things, but there isn't quite Death Grip and Soul Split, stuff like that. Yes, Biker, it's real. August? Okay, yeah, so we'll see what they say in August. Maybe there's something there. You're not dreaming, Biker. I'm really here. Raced by 2 Marines. Okay, Dvorak, I won't feel bad then. I agree, Kane. I think Strife. We either need Strife needs his own standalone action game like 3, 4, or we need 4 to be all 4 of them in this sort of format. Just equals Fury. Yeah, because yep. Yes, I agree. It would be cool. I agree. Darksiders always matching up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would totally be down for a third-person shooter with Strife. I'm just not sure what who could make that. Who's got the chops for that? Maybe not either of them. You finished on original? Yeah, so did I. Finished it the first time before they went on classic, and I really was not happy. I'm really happy when they released the class on default. I really liked when there was the classic mode. Finished the Tomb Raider series, like the other games after the 2013 one. I'll consider it, maybe. Dr. Zelda, God of War, Darksiders, Princess Persia. Yep, that's exactly right. And now just you got to add Souls in there with this one. So I just don't want third person to be the Gears of War version. I want it to be Darksiders, you know, just not Gears of War Darksiders. I mean, I like Gears of War, but I'm just not looking for that. Or you know, Uncharted. Like I want something that feels like Darksiders and not just Darksiders coat of paint on something else they're trying to do. I agree, Miss Finance. I definitely prefer it on classic. It's much more fun. Texler Genesis Diablo, that's right. Darksiders or Dark Soul. Yep, that's exactly right. Nexus. I think it felt like 2, they were starting to find their own identity, and then with 3 and Genesis, they're just like, all right, let's just put Darksiders coat of paint on games. Although they're good, they're solid. I was really looking forward to their own style that they were figuring out that kind of jumped the ship with 3. Thanks, Bebass. I appreciate that. True, if we got past Envy, let's see how far we can go. Hi, Justin. Yes, I'm back. Tomb Raider. Thanks, Jadden. Appreciate that. You watched the Tomb Raider one first? That's impressive. You're probably in the minority here. Oh, here with Darksiders 3. So, Silent Strife game would be good as Gungrave stuff. Oh, Gungraves, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. That's actually a really good idea, Dvorak. Let's call him up. Gotcha, Kane. Yeah, fingers crossed. That's fair, Martin. I think that's. I think everyone kind of has their own feeling. I don't know if you came from you played more Dark Souls sorts of games, Bloodborne, before you played Darksiders. But it seems like be the trend. A lot of people that came from those games prefer default, and people who came from Darksiders prefer classic. We'll see, Nexus. We'll see. I hope not, because I don't think they're gonna have the budget for that. If they go Darksiders 2 crazy budget and try to make 4, but without the budget, it's not going to go well. Envy's down. Yes. Am I that far behind?
I knew
Darksiders.
All this.
Okay. All right.
His gifts are impressive.
Yeah, Darksiders 2's music was pretty awesome.
May I remind
I think 2 is my favorite messer for sure.
that you have
No Silent. I don't think I ever will. You know, maybe there's a world, but it's unlikely. I kind of started that, and then I enlisted those in case people wanted to find them somehow or had links to them somewhere. But yeah, they're not gone, but I'm probably never going to finish them. If I have the time to spend, I'm going to spend it on Darksiders. Maybe if I got through 3 Genesis and there was another game, but I don't know. Probably, I'd say there's almost 0 chance. So if you enjoyed those, I apologize. Hi, Exotic. Thanks for being here. Hi, Jane. I've actually played a lot of Genesis, just enough to kind of see what the deal was. I kind of was avoiding it because I thought back in my mind I would probably do this at some point, and I wanted to play through this without that lore in my head. So I can kind of approach this as though it was just this was the most recent lore, if that makes sense. This finance. Oh yeah, were you one of those people? Yeah, I did do that. Although that was before I realized you could just make like a separate profile in Xbox, you know, not even have to like sign up. You can just trade with yourself for free. But Steam had actually helped a lot more people, and I still get people adding me on Steam for that, surprisingly. I read 2 is the best one. I know we do use our Mark Hamill. I want Mark Hamill. It was just like he was just doing the Joker voice for Darksiders, you know. Like Mark Hamill's awesome. But he's got way more range than that. I want to see him in a more substantial, more unique role. You got 3 notifications 5 minutes apart. I was trying to do a big dump on you guys, Pego, sorry. I agree, Killa. Good jump sorry to the channel, something popular. Yeah, I mean I thought about that, Barek, but like maybe after, but like the amount of time that I spent, and I kind of tried to do that with Tomb Raider, and that didn't really go anywhere. Darksiders is kind of like lightning in a bottle for me, because it was a small enough audience, like that it wasn't some big channels covered it, but like it wasn't like, you know, the next Call of Duty or something. So I really stood out, and I got a lot of traffic from that, and so I kind of feel like I'm the one-hit wonder of that. So it's just, rather than like, you know, trying to focus on like, you know, just chasing trends, I was like, you know, I enjoy Darksiders. Let me just specialize in Darksiders, and maybe if that changes, we'll see. But my goal is not just to make a big channel; it's to have fun, play with you guys, make the most comprehensive, perfect, best possible. Sorry, I can't even talk and multitask. The most comprehensive documentation of Darksiders 3. I think that's more my goal with this, rather than like just growing the channel, quote unquote. I do budget compare for 1, 2, and 3. 1 was good but not huge. 2 reportedly was over $50 million, which made it one of the most expensive games of all time. And I would personally say the budget does not. Budget may reflects that in voice actors, but not in necessarily design quality. Although it is very well, you know, I really enjoy a lot about it. And 3 had a much smaller budget, which really explains the scope. I think they did really well with their budget here, to be transparent. It's not a bad idea. Nexus, we'll see. My wife isn't a big gamer, so that might not ever happen, but that's okay. She's very supportive. She was watching the premiere and, you know, shouting that she loves me from the other room, so that was very kind of her. I agree. Ruth, I see what you're saying. I think that's just kind of indicative of the Zelda Metroidvania style that Darksiders kind of always has, so... You know, if you don't enjoy that part of it, but enjoy the combat, maybe something like the original God of Wars is more up your alley. You say that because those are the specific things about Darksiders that I really drew me to in the first place. I was a huge Zelda fan and Metroidvania fan. That's kind of like why I played the first Darksiders, because I saw this coat of paint on that sort of game, and that's how it was, you know, advertised to me, and I was like, this looks really fun. And that's how I found Darksiders. I'm glad in this fans. I'm glad of this made your day better. I appreciate that. Thanks so much for being here. You were imagining with Rise of the Tomb Raider? Thanks, Jadden. Thanks, Nex. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate that. I'm really glad people are still getting so much out of it. Like, obviously I still get comments, you know, 10 years later, and it's really blows me away sometimes. Like, just this silly thing that I was doing in college just, like, still gets so much traction. Oh, yeah, no, all the Darksiders are still up. All of the Darksiders 2 are still up. All the Tomb Raiders are still up. There's no issues there. So I was lucky. So, like, you know, small, like, you know, inside baseball story there. Oops, let's not die here. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm probably gonna bath here. Inside baseball story there is when I first started Darksiders 2, that's when multi-network things were still a big thing, and if you didn't have one of those, pretty much all of your video game stuff would get automatically flagged as copyrighted. So I got, like, after Darksiders 2, I, like, joined a multi-channel network, like, right away, and those all got done. But then, since then, I've been off of that, just on YouTube, and I haven't had any issues. And there was one point where I was communicating with Nordic when they first bought THQ, and I got their, like, you know, in writing permission to use the videos, you know, use the content in the videos, so that was kind of them. Ever do a face reveal? No, Silent, probably not. This is just a, you know, a fun side thing for me. I'm not turning this into a full-time job anytime soon. And we're dead. Restart. It's edgy Zelda. That's exactly right. Yes, it's edgy Zelda. Darksiders is Xbox version God of War. That's true. That's true because the original Dark. That's true. That is. That is true. I'll give you that, Nexus. I agree with that. It's a PlayStation 4 Verdo. I don't have a 5. Actually, I wasn't planning on a Miss Violence. I am looking forward to it as well. But what I did with Breath of the Wild is I got it on launch, played the crap out of it, but never finished it. And then I got the Game of the Year version. What, like 2 years after, and with all the DLC and all that, and I enjoyed that a lot too. So just because the amount of time I can spend is much less now. I'm probably gonna wait till like Game of the Year comes out and I can play everything at once. Hi, Dark Lurker. Yes, I'm back. Holy Shazbot, I'm back. And then right next to that kid's like, yes, I'm back. I do like this music too, Kane. Old footage, Rabin? No, I don't. I've thought about that. Should I archive everything? I probably actually, you know what, now they say that, I'll add to my list. I'm going to archive everything. Just keep an archive of the final episodes. I'm not going to have, I don't have the old footage anywhere. Yeah, they're the sufferings, Mpago. Yeah, there's definitely, it's a first skill gate there here in this game too. Dodge, man. Yes, Nexus, I would dodge if I wasn't trying to read at the same time. I have played Breath of the Wild. Enrique is one of my top best experiences playing that game for the first time ever. I was a huge fan of Ocarina, and it really like it. I have a special place in my heart for Breath of the Wild. I knew Darksiders never sent, but oh yeah, that combo with the Blade Geyser, right? I remember that. That's you can do that, but you can also go back. You don't have to do it from the beginning. It's just that's an easy place to do it. There's other places like the spiders in the spider area. You can do it there too. Silent. Face reveal, got my man killed. No one's. No. All right, Zodiac. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Get some sleep, all right? 6 a.m. Jeez. August. I actually haven't played Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not sure if I will. It's just there's too many games, too little time. But you know, I like Harry Potter, so. But you know, there's all these other controversies. So I'm probably just such a small channel. Why not? Don't need to stick my toe to that. Time capsule that stuff. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yes, definitely want Liam O'Brien 4. We know the originals. If we have 4 with all of them, we need Liam. We need Michael Wincott. We need. Again, like I'm splitting Phil Lamar, and I don't remember the guy at the top of my head. I apologize. That plays Strife in Genesis, but I think I'd probably prefer him over Lamar, just because Lamar's voice is so recognizable, and I like him playing Vulgrim and the other things, and let someone else be Strife. And then I can't remember the name of the Fury actress too, but she's really good. I really like her. Yeah, there's a lot of the other Tomb Raider games. I haven't even played those other Tomb Raider games, to be honest with you, Jaden. Jad and I haven't really thought about it. Yeah, I'm excited. We'll see how Tears of the Kingdom goes. I think it's almost like just all YouTube fodder because of all the like fusion and all that. O'Brien's one of those other classic, like they got a lot of good voice actors for these games. There's no doubt. Not sure about Genesis being. We'll see. Sam, we'll see. Oh, there's so many glitches in original Darksiders Next. I can't even tell you. No, Death. I started that the BioShock DLC. BioShock DLC. DLC, but I probably won't ever finish it. No, apologies if you enjoyed that. That's okay, Deborah. Yeah, I tried to at least make sure people knew I wasn't dead, but no, it's just real life, you know? That's all, just wasn't quite the time to commit. And to be honest, I don't necessarily have all the time now either, but I'm enjoying it too much, and I'm going to do it. That's going to happen. I would rather do that than and I'll wait on Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, work. All right, Zodiac. Thanks for being here. Really, it's good to be back. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for chiming in. Have a good day with work and hopefully not operating in heavy machinery. Shadow and Mortar games. I did. I really enjoyed the Shadow and Mortar games. I played both of them. I finished the first one, didn't finish the second one, but the whole Orc Nemesis system, something that just really kept me engaged. I really liked that. Good night, Squirrelord. Thanks for being here. I'm just glad I could be such a positive part of your life. It really means a lot to me. Thank you for telling me. The new Gods of War. I played the first one. I haven't played Reckoning. I really enjoyed the first one. Those are the kind of games that are kind of prime for this sort of guide. So if there's any games that are likely, I'd say those are ones, even more so. But you know, I'm not one to chase trends. Like if it's something I really want to do, I'm really enjoying, then I'll consider it. But Darksiders takes priority right now. 3 and then Genesis. If I do another guide after 3, it'll be Genesis, or 4 if 4 comes out before I get to the Genesis guide. So the next 2 guides are guaranteed to be Darksiders. Alright, how about we don't die here? That's interesting. Barrack, I didn't know that. Yeah, but if people aren't touching it for, I'd say, good reasons. Thanks for being here, Sam. Thanks for being here for the comeback. Alright, Vitor, I don't have any translation things there, but that's about Darksiders 1 2 Remaster. Yeah, those games are good. I really like the remasters. I think they're really well done, and the guys almost 100% work for them. I hope this will be another Dark Sam. We'll see. Thanks, Jason. It's good to be here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hi. Tesla, well, good luck with that, Mapago. I appreciate that. Woo, Philip. I think Genesis is a good game. There's no doubt it's a good game. I enjoyed the little bit of time I spent with it. That there's a prime guide after 3. Genesis is obviously the one I'm going to be doing. Really? Yes, 2 was, I think, my favorite. But I played a little bit of War Mastered, and I played a little bit Definitive. I don't know if that would change my opinion about either, but just because of the loot system, I think I spent the most time on 2. And, if you listen to the videos, I feel like I'm pretty jaded by the end of it because I played through like 10 times. But, you know what? I'll say that. That's what Darksiders 3 has going for it, is that I've played through it quite a few times now, and I'm not jaded to it yet, where with 2, after playing it so many times for the guide, by the end, I was like, I just want this to be over. I'm much more fonder memories than I felt at the time when I was finishing it. Face reveal death mask. No, I'm not going to be a mask guy. I just don't even need it. Yeah, camera. Eh. Funny idea though. Stuck on a part, Sam. Well, maybe we'll get there eventually. I hope you're not stuck there for the next year or so. Good to be here, Philip. Good to see you too. Thanks for being here. A jarring disconnect. Yeah, Death, I don't disagree. But I think that's more of a, the team changed a little bit. There's members of both, obviously, but... Alright. Gonna try not to die here again. Let's get to the next... I agree there's a disconnect. I think that's budget. I think that's team. And it felt like a step backwards in the sense of not just like scope, because I think they could have made... I think Genesis is proof that scope is not the thing that defines like Darksiders. But it just felt like, well, they liked Souls and Souls was popular, so let's make a Souls-like. And I disliked that part of it. That's why, to me, and the story just wasn't there. Like, the story was almost an afterthought. Yeah, I replayed it quite a few times. I really enjoyed Darksiders 1 a lot. There's no doubt about that. just for myself. Good question. So I play old school RuneScape sometimes, although that's getting like because I can AFK while I'm doing work that I don't need my full brain power for. And Vampire Survivors I've done quite a bit of lately. Factorio, oh man, I haven't played Factorio in a little while because it takes so much time. But Factorio, I would just live in Factorio. If I was in a if I was in a world where that was possible. And all right, Sam. Yeah, let me know how the Darksiders works on the PS5 because obviously I haven't done it myself. I played on Switch, I played on PC, and I played on my PS4, but I have not played on 5. I don't think there's. I mean, there's like the complete collection, right? I don't think there's even like a full like quote unquote like Furious edition of 3 yet, or if there is, I completely missed that. Now focus. Too bad I'm already died. Try this again. As they say, asking you shall receive. Yes, let's ask for 4. Oh, you mean for... Oh, well, you asked and it's here. Thanks, Jen. Thanks so much. Really kind of you to say. Sissy Jones, that's right. She's the voice actor of Fury. Favorite Star Wars game? I want to try the Jedi Survivors. You know, I haven't played the new one. Obviously, definitely not on PC, as you've probably seen. The game I've spent the most time on is probably Star Wars: The Old Republic. I like the MMO. Like that was my MMO for a long time. One of the only MMOs besides RuneScape that I've gotten anywhere near max level in. But other than that, Jedi Outcast too, for sure. Back on the GameCube. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, let me know. Pixel Collection, nice. Yeah, look, I saw that. Are you playing that on? Is that on? I know I saw it on Switch. Is that on other things too? It'd be kind of fun to play on the Switch. I feel like I really enjoy the idea of those games, and then I start, and then I never finish them. So I'm really kind of trying to reevaluate where I spend my time playing stuff. Satisfactory, yeah, lots of Satisfactory. I burned down a Satisfactory though. Factorio, I never seem to burn out, and because scaling is so much easier with blueprints and stuff like that. I don't know if they added blueprints yet to Satisfactory, but I like the 3D aspect of it. But just, man, there's that one YouTuber that makes those huge factories. I feel like it starts with a K or whatever. I've seen some of his stuff. And the amount of hours he has to spend to do his stuff in there, it's just that's the menial labor. Like I do that for work. It becomes a job. I can't start scaling in Satisfactory. Yep, I played SWTOR. Swirter. I played for a couple of years. I think I hopped back and did like my main was an Imperial agent, male Imperial agent, a Chiss that I really got connected with. So I was literally in like the launch. Like my name on one of the servers my main's name is Aquarius, like Age of Aquarius. Like that's my name on SWTOR. So with my main agent tune. So like I'm an OG of SWTOR, but I haven't played it played a little bit since I went free to play, and I haven't played it in the last 3 I'd say 5 years, like before my last time I played was before I announced that I was playing it for free, but then didn't. Oh, you're playing on PS5, nice. Weeks on Death Stranded. Yeah, Yeah. Actually, you know what? I just realized my audio seems way out of sync. Shouldn't be that out of sync. Anyway, no, it's fine. As long as the stream's okay. Stream health seems good. All right. Yeah, Death Stranding I haven't tried. I like Kojima. I played a bit of Metal Gear Solid 5. I played all of the other Metal Gear Solids. I didn't finish 3, but I finished 1, 2, and 4 because I had a PS3 that was backwards compatible. But I never finished 5. Never finished 3. And I get the Wrath Shard? No, I didn't. And what else? And And obviously now Konami's just shot it in the face. So then Kojima did Death Stranding, and I liked a lot of the run to Kojima to Death Stranding. Low roar, the music for that game is just it's chef's kiss. But I just never got a chance to play it. It's on my list though. It's kind of game where like I can kind of see its benefit beyond just like pure gameplay. Like, the experience is something that's worthwhile.
Build a house of sticks during the end of the world.
They added blueprints to Satisfactory, or I have to take a look at that again. But there's only enough room in my life right now for one factory game, and if it's gonna be Factorio. Yep, Star Wars: The Old Republic, exotic. Oh, so you and I, Jed, and we were. I also play the beta weekends. You and I were the OGs. Bye, Richard. Thanks for being here. Oh yeah, but Konami's never. I don't know if they need Kojima to do that, but I also wouldn't want to remaster with Kojima involved, and he's never working with Konami again. Although I mean, there's issues with Kojima in general, which is why it all fell apart in the first place. But Metal Gear Rising, yeah, Nanobots, yeah. I haven't played it, but I've watched like speedruns and stuff of it, and a lot of fun. It seems like a game that's just really fun to play. And oh, I always thought I would miss that. Guess not. Oh, we got 3 day one SWOTOR people here. I always say SWOTOR, but I like turning into SWOTOR because that sounds like water, like I'm from Boston. SWOTOR. Nice. Yeah, I was a Sith agent. I was a guild with my friends, and I was the crafting guy of the guild, and then I stayed on, everyone else left, because they weren't nerdy as I was. Did not die, Los Noches did not die. Sorry if anyone that was concerned. I did see quite a few of those, and I apologize to call anyone distress, but no, I'm okay. I've not played Remnant. That's also from Gunfire, right? I haven't played it. It's on like my list. I know they're coming out with Remnant 2, so obviously did well enough for them. But nah, like if I'm gonna play Souls games, it's gonna be this or it's gonna be Dark Souls. I'm not super interested in playing a whole bunch of Souls likes. I mean, I guess you can count Breath of the Wild counts, I guess, but not the same. It's Zelda. Nanobots, that's right. Thanks, Keith. That's really kind of you to say, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Yeah, I think I saw your comment on the old Darksiders videos. So I'm glad you guys are still using that. They like Darksiders 1. Okay, let's see if we can avoid this and die. All right, so we got past envy twice now. Nanomachines, son. Oh, you're right, Nanomachines, not Nanobots. My bad. Yeah, yeah, I should take a look at that. If there's, that's true. If it was gonna play one, it would probably be Remnant before any others. Fade to silence. That's one of the? It's one of the Remnant games, or is that another game that Gunfire made?
But weren't you supposed to catch envy?
I did.
Warhammer 40k Space Marines. Interesting. That could work well. I agree. I want Zelda-style dungeons. I missed that in 3, a little bit in 2, but mostly 3. I agree. It took me a little while to decide to do this, partially because how conflicted I was, Jed. Nice, Mr. Schmidt. Yep, we made it. Past envy a second time. All right. Now we got to go through the only mandatory cutscenes. I guess there's a couple of them, but the first mandatory cutscene is we can't skip it. That could work. That could be interesting. Definitely not a bad idea. A lot of skull punching in Space Marine. In Space Marine War. Yeah, Warhammer. There's a whole lot of skull punching. A whole lot of skulls to punch. That's sure. That's for sure.
That even with the talisman, Locating the other deadly sins will prove a challenge.
Finding envy was easy enough.
To be honest, Mark, that sounds like more interesting to me than Remnant. I may should take a look at that.
Receiving twice. Envy was also by far.
Well, yeah, it could be 5.
Anything
Again, I still think there's a world where I'd rather than like risk there not being a 5
The army
after giving Strife his own game in 4. I'd almost rather just have all 4 of them.
man into various
Because they kind of Strife got his quote unquote own game with Genesis, so
Look around.
I can survive
Yet
without a
what
4
we
and a
have
5,
seen
just a
is the
4.
very personification
I mean, I'll survive either way,
struggle
but you know what I'm
between
saying.
Order and chaos.
It's just so much, you know, like if we even get a 4, it'll be blessing, I think. So I just hope 4's. I want 4 to be. I mean, there's also like it would be pretty smaller scope. So like if 4 with Strife and did really well, then they could have the budget to make 5 like a real banger. So I don't know. It could go either
Their
way.
hubris will lead me right to them.
Perhaps. But you will
What's after Darksiders 3 walkthrough? I don't know. I'm not going to commit to anything right now. I don't want to do that and put myself in some situation where you guys are waiting 4 years for me to come back. Thanks, Devils. Good to be back. Devil07. That's a nice name.
I knew that war would one day unleash.
But so if I do another game after Darksiders 3, it'll either be Genesis or Darksiders 4. If Darksiders, oh my God, that's embarrassing.
you have no peer.
I really cannot talk and play at the same time. Sorry, Mr. Schmidt. I'm so sorry. We'll see. Yeah, so it'll be Genesis or Darksiders 4 if 4 comes out before I finish the Genesis walkthrough or start the Genesis walkthrough. I gotta change the counter. Man, it's already been like an hour and a half. Crazy. Time is flying by with all you folks in here. This has been a lot of fun. Really missed this. This is good. I really enjoy this. Yeah, one walkthrough at a time. I mean, this is a hobby for me. It's a side project. You know, I still have a full-time job, work, and family, and all that. So, I won't have the resources to spread across multiple games. That would be folly. So, one at a time for sure. That could be fun too, Deathlock. That's not a bad idea. Let air. Not that I know anyone in airship, but they should give you a call. Yeah, Silent. I agree. Something like that. When we have all 4 horsemen, definitely you need to be able to control all 4. I don't even necessarily want a combo multiplayer co-op game. I know it's kind of meant, but like I don't want a Gotham Knights situation where it's like it can't be live service. No live service, please. And let me focus. Now I'm here to play with you guys. This is just for shits and giggles. Me dying is good content, right? Fade to silence. All right, yeah, I'll definitely take out Dvorak. Yeah, I don't want a live service for Darksiders 4. I think that would be Gotham Knights situation for sure, or any of these other ones that are just bad. And I want the game to be story driven. I mean, that's the thing I love most about Darksiders is the story. So I think that's the thing that's arguably the weakest part of the Darksiders elements here in 3. And maybe not quite as weak in 4. I think 4's was, at least part of the experience of 4, I think, was working a little bit better. And like if you start doing live service co-op and all that, that can all just fall apart. Story just immediately becomes less important. So as long as story is the number one thing, from there it's just all bonus for me. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, I mean, no co-op in the sense of like I don't want the game to be designed around co-op. Like it's about experiencing the story of the 4 horsemen, and then hopefully you can play as the 4 horsemen. Yeah, like can you jump in like Genesis with your friends? Sure, but that's not the main draw for me. I have other games for that. They do that better. All right, Silent. Thanks for being here. Have a good day at work. Game of the year? Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't play enough games anymore. We're still early on. There's still room for more games to drop, so I'm not gonna go on record for that yet. Genshin, like Genshin Impact. I haven't played that. I don't know. So you can like swap characters midway. That can be interesting. What I think jumps to my head the most is like not this kind of game, but like character swaps in like a Street Fighter or one of those games, you know, a brawler where you can like hot swap between characters, which is kind of what you do in Darksiders, Genesis, right? So like almost like that sort of system isn't bad. I just like I don't want the story to suffer because of it, you know.
Envy.
I agree the idea of different systems and different playstyles for each of the characters is important. I agree. I just think when I think Gotham Knights, I think live service, empty open world, and very lacking in story. I mean, the story focus is not as good. You know what? I'll take that back. I haven't played it enough. I know some people were talking about there's a lot of good character moments in Gotham Knights, so I won't say that. Maybe that is a good idea for that, but I just don't want a live service. God, please no.
Quite the grudge you're carrying.
Yes, I mean we need to find out what happens with Lilith and the you know and Satan, right? The devil. We need to see what happens with that. That needs to be wrapped up in 4. I mean that would be in 4 or 5, you know, whichever one's like the final of all 4 of them. I agree, Deathlock. I think that's the thing where I'm worried about a hot swapping system is like, you know, okay, so they go to a void and then come back out. Like I want all 4 to be there, but then what do we have like, you know, are we suddenly like turn-based squat? Like, you know, I don't want to ever be annoyed at the 3 people I'm playing, at the 3 AIs I'm playing with, you know. I don't want, yeah, I don't know what the answer is. But then like, you know, you can't just like have like, I don't know. I'm not a game designer. I haven't thought about it enough. I think there's a world where it'll work and it has to work, but we'll get. I'm just not sure what it is. I agree. Doesn't he come back in the focus for sure? Yeah, 5. Yeah, where they like, you know, you can like jump the world. The characters are like existing in the world somewhere else. Yeah. Again, like open world games are incredibly expensive and difficult to make, and I don't think Gunfire, Airship, or even like, you know, old, you know, THQ, whoever, Visual Games, has the track record to pull that off with any budget really. So I don't, for the sake of being like something, I don't want it to be something that it's not. I just want the story to take precedence. I want the characters to shine, and I want it to be fun. That's all I really care about. I don't know why I didn't jump there. Lucifer, thank you. This one, yep. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea, Jen, just because that can really help the scope of the game, right? I don't know why I just used Wrath there. That can really help the scope of the game, where it's not about. It allows each character to focus on their story, and then the stories intertwine at different places, and you know, it could be even mission structure, like, you know, that could really help the scope of the game while allowing the 3 things most important, gameplay, story, and character shine. That's not a bad idea. Thanks, Silent. Thanks for being here. It's really kind of you. Thanks for chiming in and hanging out with us. I'm gonna die. Yep. Thanks, Lindushers. I appreciate that. Yeah, I agree, Deathlock, yeah. Yes, I believe so, Mpago. I believe it is. Lucifer is like the faceless, like, manipulator behind that has probably corrupted everyone, and the Horsemen will have to take down. That's true, Deathlock. I haven't played Divided. I played, you know, the first remake Deus Ex that I enjoyed a lot. I didn't even know they're making a sequel, a third trequel. Flashback watching Supernatural episodes. Why is that, Jen? I haven't actually watched Supernatural. I know that's probably, you know, bad thing to say on the internet, but why do you get flashbacks? What things seem similar or are similar? I like how the subtitle still sticks there. Oh, like the most recent game, the one that was people liked a lot, but had all the knockoff. Yes, the biggest problem with that is that they weren't like the. Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't played that. I heard that was good, story driven and fun, and had the different characters that you swap between. So that makes a lot of sense. Actually, I don't remember if you swap between them, but I think the biggest problem people have that was not with the character, the gameplay, or the story. It was the fact that it wasn't, you know, the Marvel Guardians. Oh, got you, Deathlock. I didn't know that. Oh, I see, Jadden. Yeah, that makes sense. And the Lucifer show on, I know it's on Netflix. That's a spin-off of Supernatural. I guess I just assumed that it was. I don't know if it is or not. Alright, so let's see if we can make it past Envy again. So I made past twice and died once pretty much right immediately after after the cutscene to just one of the small guys. So we'll see. Now that I'm actually caught up with chat, let's Oh, Lucifer's a decent TV show. Okay, so that's how little I know about that stuff.
Fury, we're close to one of the 7. I just know it. I hope it's not heavy. That one's a heavy.
Yep, third time's the charm, Kane. Third time's the charm. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I never checked. I just assumed. You know, it's connected to something. I guess my mind thought of Supernatural, not DC. Yeah, it's true that I want... Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? So, you know, spoilers, guys, but the game's 4 years old. 5 years old at this point. So obviously we see Strife in this game, right? He's as Jones, he talks with Fury, and then he reveals himself at the end, helping Fury escape, right? So, you know, there's a statement that he died here, letting Fury escape with the humans. So we've kind of seen his demise, and then he would come back when the final seal is broken and all the horsemen are resummoned, just like Death, even though he died, right? There's always 4. They always come back, no matter what. But there would be, you know, the story of how does Strife get there, right? How does he get to being Jones and waiting for Fury? Like, that would be a story that would be interesting. And if that's what happens in Genesis, my bad, but I don't think it is. I think it's all takes place before that.
I know not, but what the council
Don't ruin it for me if it does. I want to stay ignorant while I finish 3.
Envy.
Mine! Humans, haven,
Yeah, wisecracking Junior no time. Yeah. I guess I'll see more of that myself when I play it.
I'm on a mission.
I think Strife does not die. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, Kane, exactly. Like, dies like they're letting Fury get away. Well, Uthane in them. But, like, I guess Uthane doesn't die, right? Because he see him... Well, no, I mean, I guess Fury happens... No, we see Uthane with War, right? So, obviously, Uthane doesn't die despite defending him, so Strife easily could survive, too. I'm not sure. Gotcha, Jadden. Yeah, that's. I think that's that's as valid interpretation as Darksiders is. Indeed, precise claimer. Kuddlesnot. That's me. I'm back for Darksiders 3. Okay, so they're like the last 4 horsemen doing whatever they were doing. They just made the pact that got them all wiped out. Got it. Well, you know, obviously I can't. The game's just, you know, just as old, so if you spoil, I'm not going to be mad. But I kind of want to keep it unspoiled for the moment, anyway. Yeah, Genesis is like, I knew Genesis was the beginning. It was like the prequel, but I didn't know if Genesis ended with Strife, like as Jones, or with Ulthane, and then we, you know, Fury. Like, if it's the point where Fury, I didn't know where Genesis ended in the scheme of things, relevant to 3. Yeah, it could be cool, Messer. I agree. I think Strife was the first card I was ordering of. Yeah, yeah, but like, why? I mean, maybe that's entering Genesis, so I shouldn't ask that. But you know, it's hard for me to talk more lore without seeing Genesis. But I mean, with his, it makes sense you go into hiding from the council because they think he died or what have you. Random question: how did I come up with? I think. Oh, so I mean, first, sorry, 1 second, Miss Violence. Precise. I think the plan was always to have 4 games, 1 for each of the horsemen, and then after 2, budget blew out of the water and TH folded and it got rebought. Like, obviously that changed. In terms of like the obligation of like Strife having his own game, you know, I don't know if I feel that's been met with Genesis or not. That's a good question. I think it can go either way, but I would just selfishly, I would rather have a strong 4 which concludes the story than a 4 that might leave it as a cliffhanger that we never resolve because 4 just sucks. And unfortunately, that's the world we're in, right? Where we can't guarantee that the quality is going to allow the next game to be made. Random. Okay, quite a question. So, I've joked in my mind about turning this into like a Grand Pooh Bear meme where I never tell the real reason except for once. You'll never know which one's the real one. But I won't. It's from when I was a wee teenager in high school. I got my Xbox 360 for the first time. I made an Xbox Live. My thing came with a gold trial, and I already had my main account because I made it like on a friend's or something. But I wanted to make a trial to get like to play some games online without paying for it. So I made a new account, and I thought it'd be funny. So I was like, but not funny for the reason you think. In my mind, I was very innocent, right? I was like, cuddle. Oh, cuddles are cute. Cuddles not, like Office, like not, like Cuddles not. And then only in retrospect, when I turned it into my like Darksiders YouTube name, that I realized that Kuddlesnot can be taken a very, very different way. But yeah, that's the true story.
I know.
So wise. You are all that the council.
Yeah, Genesis being a DS1. Yeah, I knew being a DS1 is like the beginning of the whole, because that's when the apocalypse starts, and then there's a whole time jump to DS1. Yeah, I know, Kane. I'm sorry, I have to go play it. I kind of was keeping it out of my head because I thought I would do this eventually, Darksiders 3, and I kind of wanted to not have that lore in my head when I was making the 3, as though I had made it before Darksiders Genesis came out. So that's just kind of how I'm doing it. I'm sure I'll play it probably sooner than later, especially if I stream more, because I want to be able to talk about it with you guys. Oh, I know, Deathlock, but to say that one of the largest, most expensive video games of all time that had a huge marketing budget that arguably did not recoup that marketing or production budget is not a major factor in why THQ went down, I think is not the case. It's definitely got to be one of the many decisions, as you say. Probably one of the bigger ones.
Finding envy was easy enough.
It's not a problem. Thanks, Precise.
One I would not count on receiving twice.
Yes, now you know the meaning. Yes. When I made it, there's no immatureness other than thinking that not was still funny.
I assume you already know. The armies of both heaven
I do watch some TV shows and movies, and I mean, there's pretty good reasons for that, but I'm not going to go into it a whole lot. But yes, I do. I don't watch everything and everything. I just don't have time for that. But I do watch quite a few things.
You have set for yourself an unenviable task. Given
The last thing, our guilty pleasure is Law and
The other
Order.
sins are hiding
My wife and I,
across
we
this
really love all the
shattered
Law and
world.
Orders.
They strike at
And
angels and demons
but that's not
alike in
those.
their
That's our guilty
selfish
pleasure.
bids for power.
The
Their
other.
hubris will lead me right to them.
I'm trying to think of the most recent series that I watched. We watched some of the Netflix, a lot of the Netflix true crime documentaries,
Whatever I need, I
and
will take, Watcher.
trying to think of, I mean, like Better Call Saul. We watched that finished live. That was pretty. That was mind blowing.
I knew that war would one day unleash all this. But see,
That with high school. Cool, Ruth. Congrats.
his gifts are impressive.
I agree. Precise. It was not a super refined system. It was partially motivated by loot for loot's sake, but I think overall it worked out. I think it showed the foundation of a really fun system that could have been fleshed out in 3 and kind of come up with its own identity and not just aping whatever was popular at the time, which is unfortunately what happened with 3. I am married, yes. No, that's why you're in Jamaica. That's why you watching me on your honeymoon? I tell your wife or your partner that where you're on your honeymoon that I did not give you permission. I say go be with them on your honeymoon. I am a low priority. But congratulations, Kane. That's awesome. Oh yeah, no, Mass Effect is one of my favorite series of all time. 1 and 2, I played. Huge impact on my, how a story can be told through this medium. And I wasn't a huge fan of 3, but I mean, for this, not just for the story reasons, mostly how that all wrapped up. But I didn't, the whole series overall, I really enjoyed. Okay, all right. I'll give you a pass then, Kane. I'll give you a pass. Panda, I am back. Thanks so much for being here. I have been okay. Thank you for asking. I hope you guys have been doing well also. Okay, Kane. Yeah, like I said, I'll give you a pass. Snorkeling can be exhausting. I agree, Burak. I mean, there might have been other things at play, like, maybe they didn't have access to all that work because who knows what happened during the purchase by Nordic and things like that. But, the budget for 2 was huge, and I think a lot of that went to the voices and the story, which I think is where it should be going for Darksiders. But they just were like, I think they said, like, we just really enjoy Souls game. We want to make a Souls game. It's like, well, then go make Remnant. You don't need to put it in Darksiders. Anyway, I mean, all things considered, I think it came out fine, but I just hate when the story suffered because of it. And there's no Skull Touch face. At least there's no obvious Skull Touch face. So obviously I am incredibly disappointed. My day has been ruined repeatedly since I've figured that out. New counter, Robin. I have returned, Bloodlust. I am here. Oh gosh, Dvorak, I that's a dangerous place to be if you're that hyped. So I'm glad you're okay in here with us. Hi, Black Doctor. How you doing? Garrus. Yeah, Garrus was my favorite, and then I really liked the mask lady. That I like that whole storyline a lot too. But why can't I remember? But it's like they have masks, they can't breathe air, and they have their whole society's only floating barges and stuff. Those are my two. Garrus and her were my two favorite. I've not seen Lackadaisy. I should take a look at that. I agree, Ruth. I don't think there's gonna be no game like Darksiders 2. I don't want another game like Darksiders 2. I feel like I saw the foundation of a really great game. That's kind of thing that's what I saw with the first one. It's like I saw what they were going for. They kind of put this coat of paint on something that they knew would do well and was fun, and it was. And then it allowed 2 to kind of like find its own path, which I think it started to. 2 was the game where it needed to kind of solidify, and it didn't. And then it wasn't enough to guarantee that 3 would be on that path. So I just like, now that it's all happened, retrospect 2020 and all that, I want 4 or the next game to be kind of that RPG foundation, but more refined and stuff like that. Just not necessarily well designed. You can have that sort of RPG scheme without what's the word? Okay, let's kill you and not die. Don't take any more damage. Oh yeah, there we go. That was a sick dodge right there. Yeah, I just want Darksiders to have its own feeling, and Darksiders 2 was starting to be that. I just want that feeling back, and that wasn't from the large open worldness of it or the loot itself. It was just kind of the whole package. Oh no, OSHA. Okay, good. OSHA rules against. Is that an overt rule? Like, not allowed to watch live streams on a lift. I mean, it's probably a good thing, but feels like that means someone must have gone through that problem before. Okay, let's get healing. Okay. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look away from John 1 second and try not to die. Never mind. I'm died. Okay. Talizora. That's right, Messer. Thank you. Her and Garrus are my 2 favorite. ME2 is one of the best games ever. I agree. Yeah, the game Imagine Milk, and I agree, Burek. Well, Bloodlust, let me apologize for making you addicted to Darksiders 2. Liara and Morden, those are good. Who was Morden? That was the fast-talking scientist guy, right? With the short lifespan. I remember that about the race.
Why did the creator construct a universe?
Yeah, I miss it too, Jason. I still miss it. You can watch episode 1 that I came up with. I think will be Darksiders 3 Skull, Blank Face, but it definitely disappointed me greatly. Interesting, precise. I'll take a look at that. Yes, Jadin and Messer Talizor, that's right. I hope that's what they've been doing. I think they're just, if the airship's the one working on it, I guess that's possible. But their airship's working on that, they added me to their list. I didn't even realize it until today when I was checking it out, the emails. That like Wayfinder game, which looks like, Overwatch meets, Looter Extractor or something. I don't know. Those are big games. Another live service thing. Those take a lot of resources. I don't know if they reserve that and Darksiders 4. If Airship's the one doing it. And then obviously Gunfire's doing Remnant 2, so I don't know. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Forum Death Grills. They keep getting me. But I don't know how much I can blame them versus my inability to multitask with them in chat. So I'll spread that out a little bit. Okay, good. I remember that messer good. Yeah, I'm on a new game. In order to make the videos, I have a game that's on, but I'm playing through the game. I have a practice file, a regular file, the recording file. I have an Armageddon 2 file, and I have an Armageddon 1 file. My Armageddon 2 file is my main file where I 100% everything already. And it's also an Armageddon. So it can be tough, but it's very doable. I like Armageddon. I think it's very fair. Reckoning is just maybe a little too much where it's not fun anymore for me. Armageddon is just the right amount of pain. Yeah, he just needs a cat, precise. He just needs a cat, and then he is absolutely Darksiders Dr. Claw. Fury interacts with the cutscene. Yeah, when he's chained up, you mean? Well, I mean, he was chained up for 100+ years, right? So give him a pass. It's a lot to, there's a lot of things to remember sitting there for 100+ years. But yeah, no, I guess that's true. Cool, man. Cool, Bloodlust. That's awesome. Thanks so much for watching. Yeah, I really like Necro build. I like the, whether it's Vampire Survivors or, I've been playing that. I did Diablo 3 for a little while. These just like stand and let everything else die around you are always fun. Oh yeah, Slith is annoying, Emily. I agree.
Haven. A haven for what? Vermin?
Oh, Jaden. I'm sorry, Jaden. No worries. Don't feel bad about correcting me. I would rather pronounce your name properly. When I saw your name, I first thought like Jaden Animations. I know there's I in that one, so I thought maybe you pronounced it differently. So my apologies, Jaden.
I know not but what the council commands, mistress. The quest for the seven.
Through an action figure in SNES game, never the show itself. Does that count as, is that considered canon precise? Or is that just someone just took some marketing people took the initiative?
Humans, Haven, everything here. Mine. Move on, horsemen, or ye
Armageddon like DS2 Nightmare for you then Kuds. No, I don't die that much in my Armageddon runs. I have it on I have Armageddon on Apocalyptic, but I was like, I thought maybe there's a world where this goes on, and then like, if I can do this enough and I just keep doing this, eventually we'll get to like Apocalypse 9, and on the last boss I'll die, and then I'll just never, then I'll be doing something else by that point. Hi Niels, thanks for being here. Yes, I'm back. You mean Genesis? Yes, I've played it, but not enough to complete it. Because I'm trying to keep myself fresh for Darksiders 3. Even though, they're both a couple years old at this point at least. Oh, it is canon. Okay, well, I'm kind of curious, but I kind of like not knowing what his face looks like. All right, well, this is paused for a second. Let me read again. Yeah, I guess it's possible. Yeah, I mean, I think that would make sense. But the council is like, all, Wizard of Oz, right? Like those stone heads are like channeling people like Lord of Hollows, those old ones. So I don't know what power they have exactly, but it would make sense. Hey, Jade, I'm going to be doing the DLC after, because you can still buy the game without the DLC. So I'm kind of saving the DLC for after, as though. So the guide is still useful for people who might not have the DLC paid for. They just have the base game. But the DLC is going to be part of the 100% that I do after the main game. Obviously, if you have all of them, you can kind of pepper it throughout. But I personally, I'm not going to do that for the guide. The same Dark Claw face showed up in Inspector Gadget's. Man, precise. That's some people really, I wonder who on that team was like, oh, you know what? They had Dr. Claw's face was back in the day, on that toy. So let's put it in this game that we're making. That's a licensed cash-in. I shouldn't say I don't know if the game's a licensed cash-in, but that's it's good to know that it's canon. I would have assumed it wasn't. Lovan, yes, Keith. Sarah Baika did a custom voiceover for me because he is a boss. He absolutely did. Very good, Niels. No problem. The original voice of the Crowfather and various characters in Darksiders 1 and 2, including Wicked K, I just emailed him and he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So, everyone give Keith some love. Those OG actors and voiceover artists that, just like with almost everyone in these games, you don't even realize how much you've heard his voice or seen his face. Awesome guy. Yeah, I was literally like, I was like, hey, I have this YouTube channel that I haven't done anything for like 10 years, but I'm gonna do this. You know, I'm thinking about doing this like big dramatic comeback thing, and I have like these 6 lines. Will you record them for me? And he was like, sure. You just have to do it through SAG after, which is the Actor Guild, and as if he does stuff outside the guild, he can get in trouble. So, but he worked with me. The guild worked with me, and for our stupid little YouTube video. The Crow Father lived again. Although I'm not gonna say that legally because I don't want Gunfire or whoever owns THQ Nordic to come after me for, you know, not, or I don't know what they're gonna do. But like, it's not technically the Crow Father, but you know, guys, come on, wink, wink. Yes, I agree. Whether that's 4 or 5, based on what we're talking about, like striping zone 4 before the final 5. I agree. The council needs to be overthrown and Lucifer needs to be done with.
My duties if I didn't point out that even with the talisman, locating the other deadly sins will prove a challenge.
Finding envy was easy enough.
That was a gift. One I would not count on.
What kind Bloodlust, what kind of
By far the weakest of the deadly
kind of build do you want to focus on DS3? Good question. Kind of as I go on, I'm mostly arcane focused, just with my levels. I kind of keep my health enough to take a few hits and then fully heal with that. And then for enhancements, my favorite build, although to be fair I haven't tried it yet, the favorite build I want to try is like the Havoc all the time build. But the other ones I want just it's mostly about timing and arcane and not getting hit is my preferred build. I feel that's Fury style more than just whipping away whip all the time.
Selfish bids for power. Their hubris will lead me right to them.
Perhaps.
I'm actually I haven't done a whole deep dive into the whole different builds people have come up with. So I kind of want to kind of naturally, like, you know, when people are playing along, you know, I kind of want to help them like kind of develop as it goes and not like focus on just getting an in-game build. That'll be like a whole nother video I do after I do like Armageddon videos and stuff, like all the different kinds of things.
His gifts are impressive.
Oh yeah, Crowfather's chilling ghost form, that's for sure.
Among your horsemen.
The voiceover is also my way to is to like subtly insert myself into Darksiders canon, right? Like, you know, oh, I'm the storyteller, I'm the keeper of secrets for Fury. That was my silly ego moment there. The Crowfather says it must be true. Yeah, copyright's copyright, but I understand it. You know, people do a lot of hard work and stuff needs to be protected. But my protection was just not to say it's the Crowfather. Obviously nothing's canon, nothing like that. So, and just I didn't want him to expressly say I'm the Crowfather, you know, because then maybe that would be a problem for him even. I don't want him to get in trouble. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just trying to be like ultra safe about it. It's true. I mean, I think a lot of companies are wised up to it. Nordic is one that gave me permission to do Darksiders 2 in writing. So I'd say they've wised up to it, but, you know, obviously stuff like Nintendo still happens. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Havoc build for sure, Bloodlust. Thanks, Meg. That's very kind of you. Yeah, if you were waiting, now you can play it. You know, 3 hours at least, and then more will be coming soon. Yeah, Liam's done a lot. Liam's is, again, like one of those guys. Like, I think that's one of the strengths of the series as a whole is that they did a really good job casting people with these incredible voices. And, you know, Wincott for Death was just like a stroke of genius. And people like Liam, these people have incredible voices that just fit the character so well. You know, and they get these really, really seasoned actors and they can just bring something that just, you know, other people just can't. Kuddlesnot the Knowledge Keeper. Yeah, that's me. I'm the Knowledge Keeper. Bloodlust, the 4 horsemen will become legit replacements to the Charred Council players of the realm. I think that makes a lot of sense, especially when you realize that the Charred Council is not like, you know, a bunch of like heads created by, you know, by creation. They're just, they're old ones that kind of took up that role upon themselves. So if the ultimate truth, if the ultimate foundation of the world is balance, it feels like, you know, while they were made as enforcers for the, you know, by the Charred Council, they will have their ultimate loyalties to the balance, not to the council, obviously. So that they should absolutely be the keepers of the balance and protectors of the realm. That makes a lot of sense to me. And kind of a cool evolution for them as a group. And a good legacy for the Nephilim, which sacrificed to get to this point. Yeah, Samuel's voice is awesome. Isn't that no, Keith? Yeah, I think Keith, no, someone else is Samuel. Samuel's, they're all awesome. Oh yeah, Deathlock. Yeah, the forward, especially with the guys that throw the boomerangs or whatever. The forward dodge is very, very useful. Does she get over here move? I mean, she kind of does. She has the whole like chain thing that knocks them into the air. That's kind of like the get over here move. So I wouldn't say that exactly. I think overall her moveset's very strong. I like her moveset a lot. I think they could do a little bit more with magic, right? Because she's supposed to be like the weapon sorcerer, right? Sorceress, but you can do more with magic. All right, guys. So it's been a couple hours. I actually have to go soon, but I wanted to get here, and I'm going to focus and see if we can actually beat this. This will be a good first mini boss, I think, to end this stream on. So let's see if we make it to 10 deaths, or I guess we're on. Let's see if we can do 10 deaths, or if we make it. So. Yeah, I want to see evidence drive phrase. Yeah, I agree. Ruth. I agree, Jaden. I agree. Yeah, seriously. I don't know what happened to the guns too. Well lost. A battle mage. That's right, Nexus. Thank you. Yeah, the razor spin. That's right, Kane. That's the crowd control that I should be using more, especially with those little guys. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, let's not die here. My sound is a little bit delayed because I'm listening to the stream sound. But okay, nope. Okay, we're paying attention, right? We got nothing's respite. There we go. All right, we got this, everyone. We got this. Calling it right now. We got this. There we go. I want to see. That's not what I want to see. Heal. That's what I want to see. Don't have Havoc, so I can't pull that off, unfortunately. Okay, alright. I'm so busy looking at Havoc. Alright, let's dodge this one. Oh my god! No! Oh, I wanted it on a high note. Oh, well. Oh, gosh. Alright, guys, well, I might be a Darksiders god or demigod, but I am not a god gamer, unfortunately. So, all right. That was a lot of fun. It was really awesome hanging out with all of you. It's really good to be back. Make sure to enjoy the, go watch the first 3 episodes when you can. Enjoy. Let me know what you think on the videos. I would love feedback. I still have more to record, obviously, so anything I can do to improve them, let me know. But just if you liked them too, that's awesome. Jana, I think I'm going to stream in the future. This is a lot of fun. This was really awesome with you guys, so I can't imagine I won't. I like YouTube streaming a lot better than Twitch, although I haven't done Twitch in 5 years, so this is definitely an improvement. I think this will be a lot better, and it's definitely a lot more enjoyable for me, so I think I will be doing this in the future. Maybe just doing challenges like this. Maybe like every time an episode drops, we'll do the premiere, and then I'll record after that or something. I don't know, something like that. We'll figure it out, but this was a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out, Miss Fonz. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Good to be back, Jane. Thank you. Yeah, I died. Oh, well. We'll see how far we make it next time. I'll keep the restart counter going. See how far we go if we do this again next time. Or if you have other ideas for a stream, let me know too. Maybe if I start Genesis and I get through Genesis, we'll start that. That'd be fun to do on stream because we can multiplayer. Yes, I'm not dead, Dvorak. Thanks for being here, Rio. Good to be back, Logan. You too, Kane. Thank you so much for being here. A lot of fun talking with you. Thanks, Bloodlust. Thanks for being here. Fun talking with all of you. Talking with you too. Have a good one, Messer. Hi, Jason. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you soon. Enjoy the videos. And have a good one. Glad for you to be part of it too, Emily. Thank you so much. All right. See you later. Oh, I gotta say it right? I gotta say, I'm Cuddle, and this has been Darksiders 3, dying a whole bunch on Nightmare Reckoning, and thanks for watching, and I will see you again next time. That's right. That's how you do it, right? Okay. Dodged a bullet.